Statement is on UPC at 63 years. On 9th March 2023, the Uganda People's Congress marked its 63rd birthday. It is at this point that the party takes great reflection from the time of the founding of both the Uganda National Congress in 1952 and later merging with the Uganda People's Union to give birth to the Uganda People's Congress on the 9th of March 1960. UPC continued with the core values of the Uganda National Congress, and on 9th October 1962 delivered Uganda to independence. We acknowledge the contribution of heroes such as Ignatius Musazi of UNC and W.W. Rensiva of UPU. Our founding father, Dr. Apollo Milton Obote, in his paper titled UPC Birthday, the Role of UPC in Uganda's Independence, summarized by saying, on 9th October, the Duke of Kent, representing his cousin, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, handed the instruments of independence to me, the President. To UPC and Uganda, that was great sacrifice, commitment, and achievement. But the long journey for the post-independence struggle had just started. On the domestic scene, the party policy statement of March 1962 gave a direction to the party and its government, which has underpinned certain aspects of Uganda's post-independence journey, now at 61 years of Uhuru. I quote, "The party's belief in a welfare state doctrine so as to accelerate greater development in the realization of such necessities like free education, free medical care, maximum employment, and adequate food supply are still very much wanting, including basic needs such as shelter. Universal primary education was introduced in 1997 and universal secondary education in 2007. However, due to underfunding by the government, the key objective of availing quality education to everyone, everywhere in Uganda cannot be realized. And therefore, parents with financial muscle have opted for private schools in the quest for better education services for their children, while poorer families are left at the mercy of God. Government should think about this comprehensively. The provision of decent medical care is still a pipe dream, as most of the government health facilities lack sufficient medicines and insufficient medical staff, who at times go for long periods without being adequately remunerated, even though the overall ratio of medical personnel to patients is still low. Quality social services like health, education, public transport are some of the important areas that any government should place emphasis and take as top priorities. The party is in its final stages of its preparation for holding its National Council, whereby members are expected to debate and come up with workable propositions to tackle the underlying reasons for youth unemployment and underemployment, labor export, food security, Uganda's comparative advantage in agriculture, amongst others, in line with the UPC constitutional provision in Article 2.25, which states, and I quote, "To plan Uganda's economic development in such a way that the public sector, private sector, workers, peasants, and farmers through the cooperative movement, commerce and industry will effectively contribute to increased production and wealth, thus raising people's welfare and the standard of living in the country. The National Council will also, amongst other business, receive, consider and adopt several policy documents such as the strategic plan, gender policy, Women League Charter, Youth League Charter, the Youth Strategic Plan, Sexual Harassment Policy, Human Resource Manual, Accounting and Financial Policy, Code of Conduct, Rules and Procedure of the Disciplinary Committee, and Administrative Structure. In preparation for this important National Council meeting, members of the National Council should expect their official communication in due course as we commemorate and honor the great contribution of the Uganda People's Congress. Let us organize and prepare to emulate our forebearers in both word and deed as we organize the party to play its role in serving the interests of the people of Uganda. I say all this for God of my country. Cut another cake in State House. To another 60